Humanity first, humanity first, humanity first. मजहब रंगत कौम से बाला, इसका माटो सिर्फ उजाला। मजहब रंगत कौम से बाला, इसका माटो सिर्फ उजाला। चलती दुनिया में आफात जब आए, इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए। दुनिया में आफात जब आए, इसकी टीमें दौड़। दुनिया में आफात जब आए, इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए।
Destructed homes, empty schools, and abandoned hospitals. It's not our story, but it is the story of millions of people around the world, regardless of any religion, race, and from quick disaster response to supply of clean water and groceries in most remote areas, and from schools to vocational training centers across the world, Humanity First has affected the lives of thousands. Be the part of this change. Say yes to Humanity First. Because it's not how much we give, but how much love we put in giving. For donations, simply dial 416 440.
ले जाए सबका अज़्म है इसका, हर पल खिदमत। ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट, ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट, ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट, ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट। दुनिया में आफात जब आए, इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए। दुनिया में आफात जब आए, इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए। हर एक पर ले जाए सबका अज़्म है इसका, हर पल खिदमत। ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट, ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट, ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट, ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट। मजहब रंगत कौम से बाला इसका माटो सिर्फ उजाला मजहब रंगत कौम से बाला इसका माटो सिर्फ उजाला चलती फिरती एक किरामत अज़्म है इसका हर पल खिदमत humanity first.
And with Daud Sahib, I'd like to welcome Mumtaz Ali Sahib, regular volunteer and a very hard-working volunteer that works with the Ziyafat department as well and with Humanity First as well. Welcome to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Daud Sahib, tell our viewers what is the refugee resettlement department at Humanity First Canada. In the beginning, I was talking about the programs that we have internationally, and I mentioned to our viewers that there's one program that is unique to Canada, and this is the program. So I'm not going to tell everyone, so I'm going to leave all the information to you to share with our viewers.
Thanks very much for this opportunity. So yes, as you mentioned, this refugee resettlement program, this is unique to Canada. And what it means is, I think most of the people perhaps already would know, but what it means is that Humanity First Canada is also sponsoring a lot of refugees from different parts of the world into Canada. So these are the people who have left their own countries, who have been persecuted in their countries, or who had to move from their countries because of the civil wars or other conflicts. Like we have seen the Syrian conflict, and a lot of Syrian people, they had to move out of Syria and move to different countries. So the nutshell is all these people, they have gone through a lot of suffering. They lost their homes, they lost their countries, they lost their family members, and there have been cases where actually even a family unit was split, like mother and father, they were separated from their children. So I mean, these are people who have gone through a lot of sufferings. So as our goal is to serve humanity, we try to get in touch with these people and try to bring them into Canada, to the safety of Canada, and they start a new life here. So this is the refugee resettlement program is all about. And we have a very large team, very dedicated people. You introduced Mumtaz Saab, and basically he has done a lot of great work for the resettlement. So when the refugees, they arrive in Canada, there's a lot of work that starts after that, helping them finding accommodation. I'm pretty sure he will himself talk a lot about it, so I'm not going to go into much of that detail. But at the end of the day, this is what the program is about.
When you said that we sponsor thousands of refugees, it's a very small statement in words, but the amount of work that goes behind. Can you walk us through a typical application process, for example? Right?
Yes, sure.
Let's say you find out that this is a family that Humanity First is going to look after. What do we do in the whole process?
Yeah, there is a lot of paperwork. So as you can imagine, I mean, it's not Humanity First alone who is doing it. We have partnered with the government of Canada. So at the same time, of course, Humanity First is doing a lot of good work, but we have to be thankful to this Canadian government as well, that they have provided this opportunity to the refugees around the world so that they can come into and find peace in Canada. So
I'm going to cut you off right there, because I want to take the callers, because otherwise the queue will be longer.
Sounds good.
So let's take our next caller. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Anita.
Who's calling?
I'm donating the orphan.
You want to donate towards the orphan care program?
Yes.
And what's your name? What is your name? Is your name Alicia?
Yes.
Jazakallah, Alicia, thank you so much for your donation. Allah bless you. And do me a favor. Can you call your other friends as well, and your family, relatives, your cousins, your niece, and ask them to call in as well?
Of course.
Jazakallah. Thank you so much. Okay, so Coming back to the program, and you might have noticed we have additional guests with us in the panel. And of course, those of you who are watching, you can probably tell she's a very familiar face with Humanity First and our community as well. She doesn't need an introduction.
Well, maybe.
Sure? Okay, I'll give it, no problem. Deb Schultz. Schulte is the Federal Minister of King Von riding, the riding that basically we're in. She also serves as the chair of House of Commons Standing Committee on the Environment and Sustainable Development. Deb previously served as a York Regional Councillor as well. And the most important introduction is she's a regular supporter of Humanity First and regular supporter of our community. And whenever we call her, she's always there to help us, support us, and there for us. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Telethon.
It's a true pleasure to be here again. Thank you.
Thank you. Before you joined us, we were just talking about the refugee resettlement program that Humanity First has. Dawood Ahmed is our lead in that, looks after the refugee resettlement team, and Mumtaz is our volunteer as well. And I know you might have remember back maybe a year ago in December, we held an event here for Syrian refugees, and you met quite a few families. That was an event held in coordination with Centennial College as well, and you met quite a few families. Deb, tell our viewers your thoughts about Humanity First.
Well, first off, the reason I've come is because you were talking about as good a support as I am to the community. I want to say what an amazing supporting group that you are to the community. All right, Humanity First, and I was just mentioning it to someone else. You run a food bank here, and the food, and we'll talk about the Syrian refugees because that's another incredible program that you helped us with. But when I have somebody come into my office and say that they are in trouble, they need some help, they're very hungry, they need, they've hit some hard times, I can't tell you how grateful I am to have a resource in the community like Humanity First with the food bank that I'm able to direct people over to. And they come back and tell me what a fantastic organization you are here, how kind you are, how generous, and how much you have helped them. So I just want to say, and this is all over the community. It's not just targeted at a particular culture.
Right. No, absolutely.
It's the whole community.
Yes, yes.
And so that is something I wanted to say I'm really incredibly grateful for, and that's one of the reasons I make sure that I'm here to support you, because you're supporting me and the community in such an incredibly important way. In terms of the Syrian refugees, we as a government encouraged Canadians to reach out and help raise the numbers that we were allowed or allowing Canadians to sponsor to come. We also sponsored as a government a number ourselves. We were able to bring in, I think now over the several years, it's like 60,000.
60,000 from Canada, that's right.
And so we can't. So we take the credit at the federal government, but again, it doesn't happen without the support of community groups like yourselves. I
think it's a team effort. We worked very closely with the Canadian government as well, Humanity First as well, and I think it's a Canadian way of doing things. The tremendous amount of support we got from general public, the Canadian public, was enormous. It was, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Well, your viewers may not know that the majority of the refugees that came as sponsored from residents and citizens of Canada, which is fantastic.
That's right.
So I think it's a great partnership between the community and the government. Government enables us to do things because, of course, if you don't have the immigration program, we can't really do anything, right?
Yeah.
And then the community steps in, and as you mentioned, especially for the Syrian refugees, we saw Canadians coming together in groups, and they donated huge sums of money for their resettlement, and that was the.
And not only money, I mean, they offered their homes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
they offered their homes, they offered the services, they
Refrigerators
offered
and
refrigerators,
cars,
their
yeah.
cars. I remember a family that was living in a 4-bedroom house, and they moved the entire family in 2 bedrooms. They gave the other 2 bedrooms to the refugee family.
People made a lot of sacrifice, no doubt, and just as you said, it's not just simple process of just bringing them in. Once they are in, a whole new process starts at that point. You have to actually, you have to help them to integrate into the system, into the society, learn all the new things.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that's where the community members come in, and yes, Canadians overall have done a great job, and I think that's why I would actually like to extend the message to all the viewers and listeners, all these programs, whether it's refugee resettlement or any other of the Humanity First programs, they all need your donation. They run through donation, right?
Absolutely.
So I would encourage everyone to make as much of the financial sacrifice that they can,
That's
because all of this money goes to a good cause,
Right.
to help humanity.
Deb, you're well aware that Humanity First works in close guidance from His Holiness Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad.
Yes,
And you met him recently during his last trip.
I did.
What are your thoughts about that trip? And what are your thoughts about this integration and this guidance that we receive from His Holiness for Humanity First?
Well, I think it's a foundation that all of your beliefs are built on, which is that it is, and the mantra "love for all, hatred for none"
Correct.
is embodied very deeply. I also know that it is service to the community that is fundamental, and he preaches that, as does the Quran, and everything he does, everything he speaks about, he's talking about supporting each other and working together with each other and loving each other, because it is about people, the relationships of people that are going to help us in this world.
Absolutely,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
And so he believes that very deeply.
Yeah.
He speaks about it. He inspires his community to embody that in their daily lives, and I very much admire that. I've had the chance to meet him here several times. I also had the opportunity in England to talk to him
that's
privately
right,
as well,
yeah,
and he's
yeah.
just an incredible leader.
Thank you so much. He has been going around country to country on different occasions and different speeches, and he has preached one thing, that faith is incomplete without serving humanity.
Right.
If you cannot serve humanity, if you cannot be just to other human beings, you can't be faithful. So thank you so much for being here, Deb. I really appreciate it. I know you have a very busy schedule,
It's a privilege.
and on a beautiful weekend like this, you're here with us. So thank you so much. It's always a pleasure, and we look forward to your future support as well.
Thank you.
Thank
and
you.
thank you very much for your work, and it's
Thank you.
really nice to see you here.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
your support.
We're going to take a
Thank you.
short break, and we'll be back right after this short video.
Humanity First Canada has become a leading refugee sponsorship organization in Canada. We have worked closely with the Canadian government to sponsor over 2,500 refugees and provided them with the ability to restart their lives anew in Canada. As a result of our successful resettlement projects, Humanity First Canada was invited to present our cookie-cutter model for refugee resettlement at the United Nations in Geneva, Switzerland.
Mr. Chair, Assistant High Commissioner, ladies and gentlemen, this statement has been drafted in consultation with and is delivered on behalf of a wide range of NGOs.
At UNHCR meetings, we presented a statement in front of all member states on behalf of all partner NGOs.
Destructed homes, empty schools, and abandoned hospitals. It's not our story, but it is the story of millions of people around the world. Regardless of any religion, race, and creed, we at Humanity First always hope for a better world. From quick disaster response to supply of clean water and groceries in most remote areas, and from schools to vocational training centers across the world, Humanity First has affected the lives of thousands. Be the part of this change. Say yes to Humanity First. Because it's not how much we give, but how much love we put in giving. For donations, simply dial 416-440-0346.
दुनिया में आफत जब आए इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए हर एक पर ले जाए सबका अज़्म है इसका अव्वल खिदमत humanity first, humanity first, humanity first, humanity first.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. Thank you for watching the Humanity First Global Telethon. We are live from studios in Canada. Before I start the discussion on refugee resettlement, we will take a caller. There was a caller online. Is the caller still online?
Assalamu
Wa alaikum salam. What is your name?
Isba.
Isba. How are you, Isba?
Good.
What would you like to say today to Humanity First?
I want to donate.
You want to?
Donate.
Donate, okay. And how much would you like to donate? $500 or $500,000?
100.
500. Okay, Jazakallah, that's wonderful. And what would you like to donate it for? What would you like to donate?
What?
Water? For water well?
Yes.
Thank you so much, Isba. That's very kind of you. You know, this is a perpetual blessing that you're donating for. As long as people are going to benefit from our water wells, Allah Ta'ala will bless you for that. So, Jazakumullah Ahsanal Jaza. May Allah bless you.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. Thank you so much. Okay, now back to our guests in the studio. Right now we have Mr. Mumtaz Ali Sahab, who is part of our refugee resettlement. In addition to him, Dawood Ahmed Sahab, who is our director of refugee resettlement program. And we have another guest today, who is not a guest actually, who's part of our host, Ijaz Khan Sahab. He's our director of Humanity First and also a treasurer. I welcome you again to the studio. I'm going to start with Mumtaz Sahab first. Mumtaz Sahab, you have been playing a key role in the resettlement work of refugees sponsored by Humanity First. You are one of the frontline workers who actually goes out and meet with the refugees on the airport, and then you arrange their accommodation and provide, take care of the immediate needs. Tell me how your experience is. How do you feel when you go and meet with these new refugees?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you, Dr. Saab, for giving me the opportunity on this issue. So once we receive the information and the date of their arrival, we are present at the airport to meet and greet the families coming to Canada under Humanity First program. The team is headed by Nasir Khan Saab, the National Secretary of the Afat, and we are present there. We say welcome to them, and we transport them to the residences that has already been arranged for them. We take care of these refugees about the residence, about their stay, about their needs, and also we have to keep in mind and we keep it in front their dignity. So once they are there, we are in 95 to 97% arrangements are complete. So residence is done, a residence is ready to live, furniture is there, kitchen items are there, and also a kind of financial need is there. We have some incident, the couple incident I will tell you about. We have a Syrian family that we met, and they have nothing in their hands at that time. So we encourage them, we give them the courage, don't worry about it, the Humanity First and the Affairs Department is helping you. The house was arranged, they were happy there. It was a 3-bedroom apartment that we have arranged for them, and all of furniture and everything was there for them. As a result of that, that person is now settled down today. And I believe I met him 2 weeks ago, and I asked him about it. He was so happy and he was very grateful for this support that was provided to him to bring into Canada through the Humanity First program. Also, we are having other refugees, and they are coming from other countries like Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, and from Pakistan. So what we do after their arrival, once they are at their residence, in 1 or 2 days after that, once they have their arrangement is done, so we also work with them to find a job so that they can settle down and they can start their own life.
That's wonderful.
Beside that, we also help them for the other government documents.
Yes.
That is like a health card, like a child benefit allowance, like admission in the school, opening an account. So this work is done.
Yes. Tell me one thing, that before they arrive, do you know any of them personally? Any of
No,
them?
we
So
do not.
you meet with them for the first time at the airport.
That's right.
So why are you doing this? You don't know these people. You have never met with them. What is motivating you to do this work?
This is, as everybody knows, it's under the sponsorship of Humanity First. So keeping in mind, and our Jamaat's logo says that love for all, hatred for none. So we don't care who is there, we know him or we know her, or they don't know us. But once we meet them, we give them this impression that we are part of their family and we are here to
Spirit
help.
of brotherhood.
That's like a brotherhood.
So
absolutely.
once you see them successful, how do you feel? Do you feel happy? What is your heart's?
Absolutely, that's
You're
why
delighted?
I cannot explain you in the words. When we see those people, they are settled down, and their face gives us a big impressions of happiness. If I compare that face on the arrival date and after some time, there is a big difference that shows from their faces, and we are also happy that they are settled down and they have started their new life in Canada.
That's great. Now I'm going to step back and go to Dawood Ahmed Saab and ask him one question. Now, you know, because of the government quota reductions and all that, we are not able to help as many as we want to help, really. What is your experience? How can we tackle this problem where we can only help a selected few while others are waiting to be helped? How do you handle that?
This is actually a great challenge because, of course, you know, all the people who are out there in the third country stranded, they all need our help. They are all have seen the sufferings. So it is. We are limited by the quota from the government, and we cannot help everyone. And so you know, we of course try to help the ones which are have been there for the longest, or which have which are really facing some of the trouble. But at the same time, I think we can lessen the impact of this limitation on quota if I believe if all the Canadians, they come together and they also do their part. So right now, of course, there's a lot of, we talked about it a little while ago, that in the refugee resettlement, Canadians, they came forward, they donated huge sums of money, and they helped, the whole community helped. But I think there is a lot of room, and a lot of people can come together from different communities, and they can form groups, and they can donate financially. Financial aspect is the biggest challenge, actually. I think if that gets covered, there are different ways to sponsor refugees who are outside.
Okay.
All our programs need donations, and I think even the refugee resettlement program, it is actually in need of huge financial support,
right,
because
now,
we have hundreds of people coming in.
Talking about the donation, I want to talk to Ijaz Saab about that you know, Humanity First is still a fairly new organization and our revenues are not great. But when you see our programs, we have done 50 projects.
Too many controls also, because we have internal auditors and we have external auditor also, and then we have control through the London office also. So we have to send the reports to and then we have project reports to the various city where we have the project, because it is the CRA responsibility that they will check that any money which is spent in Canada, that is not an issue, but any money which goes outside should be controlled properly. There should be an agreement, and we should have agents, and then we should have a contract. So I think that is where we spent 95 or 96% on the total amount.
You know, Canadians are very savvy, and when it comes to donations, people are very concerned and careful on donating to the right organization. They donate to the organization of their choice, and they do their due diligence. Tell me, what would you say if a donor asks, why should I donate to Humanity First? What would be your response?
Because it's the organization which is not, there is no like we have all over the world, and we have selected so many projects. Suppose if we go to our projects, we have, suppose $10 you can buy the new tracksuit and t-shirts, and $10 you can buy UNCHR's special blankets. And then we have a very big things, I think, which is for the refugees, as we are talking the refugees at the same time. No, $7,000 if you donate, because we need, because we have 1 million, we have to raise 1 million in just 4 hours.
Yes.
And we have to have very big donors at the same time. $25 will help, but at the long, as we discussed earlier also, that if 100 people donate 10,000, it will be $1 million. If 200 people will donate $5,000, it will be $1 million. But we need, suppose there are 2 programs, which is 7,000 Canadian dollar, which can transport 120 kilogram pallet of drugs worth of $20,000 to Iraq, IDP refugee camps. And then we have another $7,000, which says that can provide a portable porta cabins, classroom for the IDP Syrian refugees in Iraq. So these are 2 big projects which we are, at this time we are talking about the Syrian refugees, and not here but there also. It's both ways. So the people should see that, and they have also seen, we have, I think, how many, maybe already we have 200 families or 300 families we already settled down here. So they see that these are the real people. These are not just like a number that we are trying to say that public that yes, we will do this, or we have done it, and we are going to continue to complete it in the meantime.
Yeah. So, dear viewers, you saw that these are the 3 volunteers who are talking about their projects and how they have been helping out, and they've talked about their selfless devotion, where they do not know the recipients, the beneficiaries, and they're helping them out. Even with our tight hands, we are trying to help as many refugees as possible, and with a small budget, we are trying to create big impact. So this is a wonderful story for any donor who would like to know why they should donate to Humanity First. I believe there's a caller online. So is the caller still online?
I'll give the detail of the families.
No? No. So
we should ask help.
We will.
We should ask.
Yeah. So I think we have lost that caller. So what I'm going to request our donors is that please visit our website, try to donate as much as possible. Even if it's a small donation, try to donate on a monthly basis. So I've got the caller back online. So I believe Kashif is here from Regina. Kashif, can you hear us? Assalamu alaikum, Kashif, can you hear us?
You gotta talk.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. Would you like to donate?
Yes.
How much would you like to donate today?
$15.
Thank you very much, Kashif. May Allah bless you. This is a great. What cause are you donating it for today?
Niger.
Niger.
For Niger, there is a school project going on in Niger. So thank you very much, Kashif. We are very happy. May Allah bless you. So we will. Before I take a short break, leave. I'm going to go back to Mumtaz Saab. So how many refugees have we helped up till now in last 1 year?
So far, when this program was started in 2014, I believe, we have so far 283 families from different countries, and the members of these families are 1,103 at this time. And next week we are receiving 4 other families, and they have 19 members.
Right. So this is for the last recent. These numbers are for the last recent while, because I believe since we have started, we have helped over 2,500 refugees up to 2010.
2010. Okay, but I do have the figure from 2014.
14. Okay.
So in this regard, I will also ask all the viewers, please open your heart, donate, and show your generosity, because these people need a lot of help from you. And the people who are already settled down living here in Canada for the last 20-25 years, you cannot think about that. What are the problems they are having? What are their feelings when they are coming to Canada? What are their expectations to Canada? And what they will be doing here. So in this regard, it is very important, I will say, to keep in mind to help them. Please step forward and help them so that they can feel that they have been here, and they will not think about their dignity, but they will be encouraged with the help, and that is my request to all the viewers.
Thank you very much. So this, you just heard the message coming right out of the heart of the volunteers. This is not a prepared speech, it's coming right from the heart. So please come forward and donate as much as you can. Now we're going to take a short break and we'll show you a video. So please stay tuned and watch this video.
Humanity First Canada has become a leading refugee sponsorship organization in Canada. We have worked closely with the Canadian government to sponsor over 2,500 refugees and provided them with the ability to restart their lives anew in Canada. As a result of our successful resettlement projects, Humanity First Canada was invited to present our cookie-cutter model for refugee resettlement at the United Nations in Geneva, Switzerland.
Mr. Chair, Assistant High Commissioner, ladies and gentlemen, this statement has been drafted in consultation with and is delivered on behalf of a wide range of NGOs.
At UNHCR meetings, we presented a statement in front of all member states on behalf of all partner NGOs. Humanity First Canada has become a leading refugee sponsorship organization in Canada. We have worked closely with the Canadian government to sponsor over 2,500 refugees and provided them with the ability to restart their lives anew in Canada. As a result of our successful resettlement projects, Humanity First Canada was invited to present our cookie-cutter model for refugee resettlement at the United Nations in Geneva, Switzerland.
Mr. Chair, Assistant High Commissioner, ladies and gentlemen, this statement has been drafted in consultation with and is delivered on behalf of a wide range of NGOs.
At UNHCR meetings, we presented a statement in front of all member states on behalf of all partner NGOs.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. Thank you very much for watching the Humanity First Global Telethon. We are live in the studios and we are very honored to have welcome you to the Humanity First studio. Thank you very much for being here. How are you doing today?
I am so happy to be here once again. This is always a wonderful opportunity to come out and support all the great work that Humanity First does within our community and beyond our borders. So every chance I get, I'm always here to help promote the great cause and the great work that you do.
We cherish your friendship. You're also a friend and also a donor. I know that you regularly donate for that. Tell me, Humanity First is one of the, I think, very few or the only organization in city of Vaughan that is doing a large-scale refugee sponsorship, resettlement work, and we have been sponsoring hundreds of refugees from across the world, and we are resettling them. How does the city feel about it? Is that a pride for the city?
Oh, definitely. We are extremely proud of the work that's being done by your organization, and in fact, we've been able to, because of the work that you do, I've had people express interest in wanting to come and help and volunteer. And as you know, we brought forward a husband and wife. Yes. A year or two ago, Roger and Nina, who wanted to help with the settling of refugee families. And when I suggested Humanity First, they weren't sure what that was, but they speak so highly of it. They are so glad that I introduced your group with them, and they just find it's phenomenal. And they know you do it from the heart. They know that everyone here does it from the heart. There is all the money that is collected goes directly into helping others, and that's how it should be.
Yeah.
So.
As you know, that this is a volunteer-based organization, and in addition to our refugee sponsorship program, we run a very unique food bank in York region. This food bank is the one that really provides food, groceries for 1 month to a family delivered to their homes, no question asked. Primarily, our clients are focused towards clientele is focused towards single moms, physically challenged people, senior citizens who really find it difficult to come out of the home. So they just make a phone call and we deliver the food. This has been very much appreciated by such population. Do you think that from a city perspective, these numbers are increasing or decreasing in your opinion, the people who need such kind of help?
The numbers of people who are in need and don't want to speak up and don't want anyone to know is increasing dramatically. It's unfortunate. We do live in a community that is well off, and we are all doing well here, but there are so many people in those homes that we think everything is fine, but I know that they are struggling. And so thank goodness that there's an organization like yourself that comes out and supplements and helps them make it to the end of the month and allows to put some food on the table for their children. There is more and more of that.
And we're proud to say that they can rely on us. They can just call us, anybody, no questions asked, and we will deliver the food to their home. Now, before I continue further with you, I'm told that there is a caller from Nigeria. He is part of our Humanity First team, and he would like to be part of this our telethon also. So I would like to take this call. I understand that Mr. Yaqeen Habib Sahib, Dr. Yaqeen Habib is online from Nigeria. Assalamu alaikum. How are you, Yaqeen Habib Sahib?
Alhamdulillah.
Yes. So for our viewers, Yaqeen Habib Sahab is a chairman of Humanity First Nigeria, and he is our local partner in conducting a number of projects in Nigeria. He has been instrumental in helping us with drilling of water wells, running of some IT centers, and a number of other programs that we have been doing in Nigeria. Dr. Saab, can you tell us what is currently happening in Nigeria in terms of Humanity First Nigeria activities?
Currently in Nigeria, we are having some programs of education as well as health. We currently build schools in rural areas. In these places, we found out that they have no school whatsoever. One of the schools, not really well there, but who was teaching the whole of elementary school. Elementary school is supposed to have about 6 classes.
6 classes.
But every teachers will have only one. The only one per teaching. There were no furniture, there was no structure. So we decided to put a humanitarian first school there.
Okay.
Then the community also were there. So the construction are nearly completion right now.
Nearly okay.
We also have another community where they are so far away from any facilities. So we're getting people from right now. We believe that, inshallah, within the next 1 to 2 months, these 3 projects will be completed.
Wonderful. This is amazing. Tell us how Canada can do further to help you. What is most needed in Nigeria right now?
Yeah, you see, in Nigeria there are major challenges. Challenges we have oxygen, health delivery, water and sanitation.
Water and sanitation.
So these 3 areas are the areas of needs for Nigeria to speak.
Okay. I understand that you're also working on a medical center. Can you tell us something about your medical center that you're working on?
Yeah, and other than the one we are building right now, we have a plan for another medical center. That one will be a slightly bigger one to provide health delivery for larger population people. Because many people have no access to good health delivery at a reasonable cost. Several private hospitals, but the people around cannot access because of the cost. So we have a plan, hopefully the next 3 years, we may be able to complete a major health center.
Okay.
Inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much. Would you have any questions for him, for Nigeria?
No, congratulations on all the work that you are doing in Nigeria. God bless you, because we need more people like you.
Thank you very much.
And we look forward to do a lot more projects in near future. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Dr. Saab, for joining in today.
Thank you. Thank you for that support.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. So back to our discussion. So city of Vaughan is an emerging city which is really growing, and a lot of immigrants are coming in. Are you aware of any specific needs that you would like us to cover? Anything that we are not doing and we should be doing? Is there any advice that you would like to give us?
You know, I think you're on the right track. And I really, what I'm seeing more and more is food centers springing up. So it is the food, it is what sustains people.
Thank you very much for your kind words. I thank you very much for taking the time out. I know it's a very, very busy time for you. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
But thank you so much for being here today.
Making the time for this is far more important than anything else I have to do. So thank you for inviting me.
That very high of you. Thank you so much. So viewers, we have Marilyn Ifrati here. She has been a great friend of the community and a supporter of Humanity First. We will continue talking about that, but I have a caller. We'll take this call first. I believe Sayyida Hussain is on the line. Assalamu alaikum, Sayyida. Can you hear us?
Yes.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So what would you like to say to Humanity First today?
You guys are doing a really good job by
Thank you.
donating.
Thank you so much. So are you planning to donate some amount today?
Yes.
How much?
I would like to donate $100 for education.
$100 for
and
education.
my sister.
And?
I also want to donate $100 for water well.
For water wells. So $100 for education projects and $100 for water wells. Thank you so much. Where are you coming from?
I'm from Calgary.
From Calgary. Thank you so much. Really appreciate, Sayyida. May God bless you. You have donated for two very noble causes. You know, education. If you give education to someone, you're going to give a lifetime of benefit to that person, and you're going to earn the blessings for the lifetime. And similarly, water well is also a very noble cause. As long as the water well is there and people are drinking water, you're going to get the blessings also. So, Jazakallah, and thank you so much. I've got another caller here. Ayla Raja. Is Ayla on the line? Assalamu alaikum, Ayla. Assalamu alaikum, Ayla. Can you hear us? Hello? Ayla, can you hear us? Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
So, how are you, Ayla? Thank you very much for calling to Humanity First. I understand that you are planning to donate some amount today?
Yes, for Feed a Family.
For a Feed a Family program, you want to donate $50?
Yes.
Thank you so much. May God bless you. You know, feeding the hungry, especially in the month of Ramadan, is a very noble cause. So you have donated for a very noble cause. Jazakallah. May Allah bless you for that. Thank you. So I understand that there is another caller. Assalamu alaikum. Do we have a caller online? Okay. So we are getting some calls. They are coming up with donations. So
this is
it is very good. It's wonderful. And these are passionate people. You know, they have trust in Humanity First, and they think that through Humanity First, they are trying to reduce human suffering. And we cannot do anything without that. So I understand the caller is online right now. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you? What is your name?
Assalamu alaikum.
Loud boy.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. What is your name?
Is Imran Hadi.
Imrana?
Fateh Imran.
Fateh
Hadi.
Zimran. Okay. Fateh Zimran, how are you today?
Good.
Okay. And you would like to donate some amount?
Yes, I want to donate $25
You want to donate $25?
from my own pocket.
You want to donate $25?
Yes.
Jazakallah. Thank you so much. What project are you donating it for?
To the orphan.
Oh, orphan care program. So this is good. You know a saying of the Prophet Muhammad about orphan?
He was an orphan.
Do you know that hadith?
He was an orphan.
He was an orphan himself, but he said that anybody who takes care of an orphan will be with him in the paradise. So you are donating for a very noble cause. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
So I think we are getting a call. Yes, there's another call. So we're going to take a break before we take there's another call. We'll just take the call before we take the break. Assalamu alaikum. Who is this? What is your name? Tell us your name.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Aiza Anwar from Milton West.
Assalamu alaikum, Aiza Anwar. How are you? Okay. Are you donating some amount today?
Yes. $50 towards.
$50 towards? You're cutting off actually. $50 towards?
Gift of Vision.
Oh, Gift of Vision. Thank you so much. So we will use your $50 to restore some vision for someone in Africa. Thank you so much. May God bless you. So with this call, we are going to take a break. Please stand by to watch the next video, and we'll be back shortly.
Please give.
Under our global health program, the brand new 35-bed Humanity First Hospital in Senegal, the Masrour Centre Médical Social, is ready. The hospital has medical and surgical facilities, X-ray and ultrasound imaging, a medical laboratory, and ICU facilities. We are also working on setting up 2 more medical centers in Nigeria and Congo. Under our Gift of Sight program, we have conducted over 500 cataract eye surgeries per year over the past 3 years. That is, over 1,500 people are now able to see due to our generous donors and supporters.
Humanity first, humanity first, humanity first, humanity first. दुनिया में आफत जब आए इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाएं, हर एक पर ले जाएं सबका अज़्म है इसका, हर पल खिदमत. Humanity first, humanity first, humanity first, humanity first.
Destructed homes, empty schools, and abandoned hospitals. It's not our story, but it is the story of millions of people around the world. Regardless of any religion, race, and creed, we at Humanity First always hope for a better world. From quick disaster response to supply of clean water and groceries in most remote areas, and from schools to vocational training centers across the world, Humanity First has affected the lives of thousands. Be the part of this change. Say yes to Humanity First. Because it's not how much we give, but how much love we put in giving. For donations, simply dial 416-440-0346.
दुनिया में आफत जब आए इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए हर एक पर ले जाए सबका अज़्म है इसका हर पल खिदमत Humanity first, humanity first, humanity first, humanity first. दुनिया में आफत जब आए इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए हर एक पर ले जाए सबका अज़्म है इसका हर पल खिदमत Humanity first, humanity first, humanity first, humanity first.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. Thank you for watching the Humanity First Global Telethon. We are live from Canadian studios. We have been here for last 24 hours. This is the last segment of the telethon coming to near end. We will probably going to extend this session until 7 p.m. We have still a lot of callers, we have a lot of guests, and we have a lot to talk about. So please stay tuned and keep watching and keep donating also. Most importantly, in this blessed month of Ramadan, this is an opportunity for you to earn more blessings, and you can donate to us. For viewers who would like to call into the studio, the number to call is 1-844-410-2670. Again, the number is 1-844-410-2670. You can also donate online by going to humanityfirst.ca. Now, we're going to the next segment. We have a very good friend of the community, good friend of mine, Stephen Lecce. Stephen Lecce is here in our studios. He was the Director of Policy for the Prime Minister Harper in his term, and he has been very supportive of the community. He has been very supportive of Humanity First. Stephen has been also part of our advisory board. He has been providing us guidance on many matters. Stephen, welcome to Humanity First Global Telethon.
Thank you so much, and Ramadan Mubarak to you and to your viewers today around the world.
Thank you very much. You know, this program is being watched across all continents, and it's been going on for the last almost 20 hours or so, 23 hours, another hour to go for 24. And people have been donating generously. They're fascinated by our projects.
Mm-hmm.
And you're quite aware of our projects here in Canada as well, and across continents where we have been helping people in emergencies and also in poverty alleviation programs. Tell me, what has attracted you or fascinated you most about Humanity First?
I think what has inspired me, Dr. Dowd, and allow me to just to say off the top my gratitude to you. You mentioned that it is a time of Ramadan, a time of generosity.
Yes.
And I thought in spirit of that, I made a contribution myself just before I came on today. I encourage all viewers to do the same and to embrace the message of the Hazur who said it, Jalsa and many other places, to give, to be servants of mankind and be compassionate. And I think what got me engaged in this cause, and really what motivated me was the fact that you help the most vulnerable in the world, and yet your overhead virtually is non-existent. You are a volunteer organization driven by the compassion and decency of people around the world who want to give back and who want to put humanity first, particularly in places where, for natural disaster or terrorism or dislocation, where we really need to step up, especially us in Canada and other parts of the Western world where we have the benefit to do so. So I think the fact that you are volunteer driven, the fact that so much of, I think it is nearly 100% getting to the front line is a differentiator, and I'm proud to stand behind it because I know you're doing incredible work.
That's wonderful, and thank you for all the support that you've been in, all donations that you've been given to Humanity First. Tell me, in your practical world or work world, you are a politician, and I believe the politicians have the same objective of making a difference in the lives of people in a country, although they may not be focused 100% to the poverty and living. That's only one portion of
which is love of country is part of faith.
Yes.
And the idea that patriotism and service and contribution to society and to your fellow men and brothers and sisters is an obligation on all of us. And that actually transcends faith. I mean, as a Christian, I was so moved by that. Yes. And so I want people to know, irrespective of their age or their gender or their faith, that they can make a difference here in Canada, around the world, that they are agents of change if they want to be. And so for Humanity First, it's important for politicians and people in civil society to come together and stand behind initiatives that actually materially can improve people's lives. And we're talking about like your Water for Life program, for example, something that is enabling communities around sub-Saharan Africa to have access to the basic necessities of life. I mean, we take for granted, perhaps I do in Canada, access to water. But you see these mothers walking 15 kilometers each way.
Yes.
And it's very humbling. And so you start to feel a duty to help. And I want to help, and that's why I'm here.
That's great. That's great. When you were saying these words, kind words, I was thinking that this is exactly the teachings of Holy Quran, actually. And that is our guiding principle, that that God has created us for the goodness of mankind.
Yes.
And, animals also live for themselves. The difference between an animal and a human being is that human beings care for others also. They live above and beyond themselves, above and beyond the shell of their own self and family. They try to give and help others. And this makes us to one common religion, that's the religion of humanity. Mm-hmm. We all are there to make a difference in the lives of the people. Now, Humanity First has been helping in Canada through its food bank, various programs, like give out food to people. It's a very special program where we give groceries for 1 month to delivered to their homes.
Yes.
And no questions asked. Mostly the beneficiaries are single moms, people who are unable to come out of their home because of various reasons, physically challenged people, senior citizens.
Right.
Do you think something more can be done about this? What can you give some advice to Humanity First? What can we do more?
Well, I think you're right to suggest that even in Canada, that there is, in this country, vulnerable people and people who are living below the poverty line. And I think it is in keeping and incumbent on all of us to be generous to our neighbors, including vulnerable people in our society, be it low-income seniors or people with an intellectual or physical disability, or whatever it may be. And so I agree that there's a need. In fact, at the food bank, the Humanity First Food Bank, where we're in today, in Vaughan, we have 2,000 families per month. And correct me if I'm wrong, Dr.
Yes, about the same.
In and around 2,000 that seek that assistance. And these are living in the GTA and in a relatively affluent part of the world, and yet notwithstanding they need the help. So I think the service you provide, the fact that you drive the materials, the mobility of your service is what makes you so different, and what makes this foundation so special. I remember once in Umana, who's a member of the team who works here at Humanity First, she needed someone to speak Italian to a little Italian nonna, a little Italian grandmother, and I had to do the translations. And the sense of despair in her heart, but how she was touched and moved because someone on another part of the community wanted to make a difference. I think it really it moved her, and she came to appreciate how important community first is. So my advice simply is to continue doing what you're doing and to expand the service to the extent that you can, because people need it, and there is certainly vulnerable people in our society that require it.
We'll continue our conversation. We have got a caller on hold, so we'll take the caller. There's a caller on hold. Assalamu alaikum.
Hello?
Yes, Mr. Mahmood Nasir, are you online? Is this Mahmood Nasir, sir?
Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thank you. So, would you like to say something to Humanity First, or would like to donate?
I cannot hear you properly. Can you please make it loud?
Are you calling us to donate something? Do you plan to donate a certain amount? Are you able to hear us?
Sorry, I have a difficulty hearing properly.
I'm sorry about that. I'm asking question, would you like to donate some amount? आप कुछ आज डोनेट करना चाहते हैं कि कुछ आप कोई अतिया देना चाहते हैं?
Yeah, I can donate.
Okay, how much would you like to donate? कितना देना चाहते हैं आप?
$1,000.
$1,000. जज़ाकुमुल्लाह अहसन जज़ा. किस प्रोजेक्ट के लिए देना चाहते हैं?
For water well.
अच्छा, water well के लिए. Thank you so much. So you're donating $1,000 for our water well project. That's so kind of you. May God bless you. Jazakumullah ahsanal jaza.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. I understand that we have another caller. Is there another caller? Assalamu alaikum. Is there a caller online?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Who is this?
This is
Muhammad Khan Saab. Thank you for calling to Humanity First Global Telethon. Would you like to donate something?
I would like to donate $50 towards global health.
Okay, you would like to donate $100 for global health?
$20.
$20. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Jazakumullah.
Here as well. They all too. So can you talk to them?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
My name is Basma and I'm just $20 for gift site.
Can you say that again? It was not clear. How much you are donating?
$20 gift of site.
$20 for gift of site. Thank you so much. Jazakumullah ahsanal jaza.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
This is Zohar Shah.
Zohar, okay.
And I'm just donating $20 or
$20 for orphan care.
$20 for orphan care.
Jazakumullah. Thank you so much.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
My name is and I will be donating $20 for disaster relief.
For $20 for what program?
Disaster relief.
Disaster relief. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much. You are thinking ahead of people who may need help. That's very kind of you. Jazakumullah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
My name is Muhammad Khan.
Muhammad Khan.
And I'm donating $20 for a well.
You are also donating $20 for well.
Yes.
Thank you so much. May God bless you all. That's very kind of you.
Wissam Qureshi.
Wissam Qureshi Saab, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So would you like to say something to Humanity First?
Yes. I would like to donate $50 on behalf of me and my brother Taha Qureshi for the cause of water distribution.
Oh, very good. So Wissam and Taha are donating $50 for water for life program. Thank you so much. May God bless you.
Yes, you too.
Thank you. Jazakumullah. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. So Stephen, coming back to our discussion, you see that donors are coming forward and they are supporting these noble causes. we want to ensure that if there is any need in our own country, in our neighborhood, we would like to address that. Now, we have identified that we have newcomers that we are helping, we have people who need food we are helping. Is there anything else that you think that we should do?
Well, look, I think Humanity First provides a fairly complete suite of services at home and abroad. And I think that is why this foundation has endured many years and has grown every year. Look, I think the work you do at home is critical. There are many vulnerable people who use your services, full stop. Right across the community, Humanity First provides it irrespective of their age or income, or for that matter, their faith. I mean, this is about providing critical support to people. And I think that's why so many people value the service of Humanity First. Around the world, I must say the work you've done in refugee resettlement, Dr. Dad, an issue that you have yourself, I feel like you don't really talk a bit about yourself, but allow me to say, knowing the work you've done in literally leading around the world with refugee resettlement, Humanity First is literally an example at the United Nations of what to do. If I'm not mistaken, you went to Geneva to sell that message, to
that's
promote.
Right.
And if allow me to ask you a question, I'm reversing the thing. But what is Canada's secret when it comes to the resettlement and integration of vulnerable people, refugees? I mean, what is Humanity First doing that others could do? Because it's working so well.
Right. So Canada is in the forefront of humanitarian work. And one of the things that Canada is known in the world is about its open policy on humanitarian front for refugees. We accept a large number of refugees, we accept a large number of immigrants. But one thing unique about Canada, which no other country had before, a couple of years before, and now very lately, since last year when we went to United Nations and showcased our model, other countries have started adopting. Now there are 10 other countries who are in very infancy stage of adopting the model that Canada has. And
you're referring to the private sponsorship?
And that model is private sponsorship of refugees. This is an opportunity for private organizations like Humanity First to come forward and help the government in helping more refugees. And this is about additionality. Whatever government is doing to its capacity, what it can do, it gives an opportunity to general public to come forward and help more refugees. And we have seen that example in the Syrian refugee crisis, where large number of Canadians opened their heart and welcomed refugees and really came up. Just for Humanity First, there are over 600 volunteers that became part of Humanity First and came up with funds and volunteers and helped in resettlement of a large number of families. So this is unique about Canada. This model was presented and now is being adopted by England, Australia, Brazil, New Zealand, and a number of other countries that they have liked this model.
Look, as a Canadian, like you, I'm very proud of this story because the fact that we are leading in this respect shows that we can lead the way in resettlement of vulnerable people. But it's also, working in conjunction with the UNHCR on the ground in various camps where, hundreds of thousands of people are in camps in Jordan, for example, Syrian refugees. And I know that Humanity First is on the ground there too, providing access to food, materials, blankets. It really is incredible when you think about, you could look at a globe and pretty much, if you just spun it, Humanity First has touched a life in virtually every area and every region of the world. And so it's motivating, it's inspiring, it's the reason why I'm here, it's the reason why I contributed today, it's the reason why I'm asking your amazing viewers to do the same and help put Humanity First and make a donation.
So we have a caller, we'll just take a caller for now. We've got a caller online. Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikum.
Yes, may I know who's calling?
This is Muhammad Fayaz from Saskatchewan.
Muhammad Fayaz from Saskatchewan. How are you today?
I'm very good. I have somehow.
Yes, I would like to introduce Muhammad Fayaz Sahab. He is the MLA in Saskatchewan. Can you give the specific riding for which you are MLA?
It's the Regina.
Regina.
And a member of the Saskatchewan party, I will add.
And member of the Saskatchewan party, and he is the first Ahmadi parliamentarian, and a very big supporter of Humanity First. Thank you so much for calling, Fayaz Sahab. We are very honored that you're called. Would you like to say something to Humanity First today?
Well, for Saskatchewan, statistics changes. It is not really So Ken is very generous community, and I would like to encourage Tasmanians to make much as they can before 6 o'clock. And we have a mandate taxes in Nepal that we have a lot of money to different charities. And I would like to encourage my promise fellows to call this number and encourage them to donate as they can.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Are you planning to donate something today also?
Yes, I would like to give my 25% of my monthly pay.
Wow, this is so kind of you. That's so generous of you. May God bless you, and especially in the month of Ramadan, if you're doing this, Allah Ta'ala will reward you 10 times or more. May God bless you for this donation.
Thank you very much, Doctor, and look forward to have a dinner soon, very soon.
Very soon. Thank you so much. I look forward to see you soon. And I've got another. Yeah, thank you. Wa alaikum salam. So we have another caller. Assalamu alaikum. What we can do is we can take a quick break for a video. Is the caller on hold? Maybe we can have a video and then take the caller.
It was good to hear from Mohammed, though.
Yes.
I met him at the Jalsa.
Yes.
Families is Humanity First Canada. Its Canadian population has really opened their heart, and they are welcoming them with a lot of enthusiasm and emotions. We are seeing the best Canadians. They were looking forward to a new life, and all the families have at least one member or more who have found a job. So they are very eager to actually work and get integrated into the society. This is a very positive experience that we are having these days.
Who has sponsored the family?
The Prime Minister of Canada has recognised the outstanding philanthropic work of Humanity First with a prestigious volunteer award for the chairman of its Canadian projects, Dr. Aslam Daud. Stephen Harper praised the global humanitarian organisation, which first began working in Canada more than a decade ago and is now run by over 1,200 volunteers from all walks of life.
I came to be involved with Humanity First when I was finishing school to be a community service worker. I spent some time here during the disaster response training course. I was very impressed with the people, very impressed with the organization. I think it was very well run, and I thought they were doing really good work. So I decided to stay on. So I've been volunteering ever since.
Overlooking a vast food bank which serves 1,800 disadvantaged families in the Greater Toronto area.
You will find that there are people who live in small little basement apartments in those homes, and they can't afford to pay.
When it comes to a time where you're in need, it's nice to see that there's a community out there that's able to reach out to the whole community and provide clothing or food or any other service that you might need and not really sure where to obtain it.
Humanity's First facilities in Canada include training rooms, IT suites, offices, a boardroom, and even a public fitness centre.
Now, ongoing efforts are taking place across Canada to help Syrian refugees resettle. We're going to check in once again with a recently arrived refugee from Homs, Syria. Rakan Al-Masri joins us from Vaughan, Ontario. Also with him is Mubashir Khalid, a spokesperson from Humanity First, a group that helps refugee families. Tell us about how you've stepped in and made the adjustment a bit more smooth.
Well, Humanity First is an international relief organization. We've been doing similar kind of work for decades. And we have assisted them with shelter, with clothing, with getting settled within the community, helping them register the children into schools. And also, we're continuing to assist them finding jobs. That's the plan for the next few months, to get them back on their feet and, and get them settled within the Canadian community. We're very pleased with the outcome that many of them are actually working now, and they're standing on their own feet and trying to support their own family as well. And when the first time they saw snow, they were so excited. They actually went out and started playing in snow, so there's a positive side as well.
A group of young people was providing food to the homeless. As Cindy Chordash tells us, he was all in the
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. As you can see, I'm back. I had to take a small break. We have a caller on hold, so let's take that caller first, and then we'll talk about other programs as well. Assalamu alaikum. What's your name?
Bukhari.
Saeed Bukhari Sahib. You're calling from where, Saeed Sahib? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Brampton.
Brampton. Saeed Sahib, what message do you have for us?
Well, I'd just like to $100.
You'd like to donate $150?
Please.
Jazakallah, thank you so much. For which program?
And whichever is the most needed, just put it here.
Okay,
I
Jazakallah.
give like few size as well.
Thank you.
Assalamu
Jazakallah. Wa alaikum salam.
My name is Abad Bukhari, and I would like to pledge $25.
$25. Thank you so much. Any program or any specific program? Thank you so much for your pledge and donation. Thank you.
My name is Saha Bukhari, and I would like to pledge $25.
And you'd like to pledge $25 as well. Jazakallah. Thank you so much for your donation, for your pledge. Allah bless you.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so we have more calls coming in. I just want to give some information in regards to how you can reach us. What we have done is that since we had some technical issues in the beginning, and our call center, which I just checked a few minutes ago, is quite busy. Our volunteers at the phones are busy. Our volunteers that are taking payments are very busy. Our volunteers that are entering the information in to our database are extremely busy. Because we had issues in the beginning of the program, we have decided to extend our telethon this evening. Inshallah, we will probably be going until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just because we have 10 minutes left doesn't mean the program is over. Please do me a favor, do us a favor, help us out. Contact your relatives, your friends. Tell them if they weren't able to listen and log in earlier to join us for a few minutes. They don't have to stay online forever. For a longer period of time. Call us and give us whatever donation you can. Every single dollar matters. Doesn't matter how big or small it is. I'm joined in the studio with Mia Saleem Sahib, who's our Director of Fundraising. Mia Sahib, welcome to the telethon.
Thank you. You introduced me as a Director for Fundraising, but since last visit to Huzur, I'm actually Assistant Director.
Oh, you're mashallah, you're an assistant.
Mr. Motsab is our Director for Fundraising.
अच्छा
So
अच्छा
I'm
ठीक है
But for this reason, our Director Sir actually due to his sickness he is not present.
And you're
today.
representing him.
So I'm representing him. So so far so good, and we are trying to help Humanity First in this sense that we call our friends, our businessmen, our community members to call us to donate to raise the funds for next year to fulfill our projects.
Jazakallah.
So
I know with your help we received quite a few donations. You have done a marvelous job so far, and we still have some more time left, so I think you might want to make some more phone calls. But in the meantime, for the encouragement of others, let me announce a few donations that came in earlier. Nadira Malik Sahiba from Saskatchewan, $100. Ahmed Sahib, $200 from New Market. Samar Akmal, $40. Arsalan Rana, $5,000. I believe this is for a water well. Donations, Allah bless you. Please keep these donations coming in. Even though we have extended our time for the telethon this evening, I'm sure this time is going to run out really fast. So I believe we have another caller on hold, but I don't see any information on the caller. So let's take our next caller. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome.
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hello. Am I live?
Yes, you're live.
No, I don't want to be.
You don't want to be live? Okay, no problem. Sorry about that. Jazakallah. Let me continue on with the Talha Gondal Sahib, $5. Mohsen Gondal, Hamza Gondal, $5. Saeed Bukhari, $150. Muhammad Fiaz Sahib, $1,000. Zahiruddin Chima Sahib, $200. Arif Mubashir Ahmad Arif Sahib, $100. So we have quite a few donations coming in, and I request you to please call us as well. Call us with your donations, call us with your questions, call us with your comments. I'm sure our volunteers want to hear the feedback from you as well, and they will benefit from your feedback as well. I think we have a caller on hold. Do we have a caller? No. So, Mia Slim Sahib, we have more callers, donations coming in as well. But to help us reach that goal, we will need larger donations.
Yes, of course, we only have to pray and request to people that they can increase their donation, so at least we can achieve our target, whatever Zur instruct us to raise the fund. But this time of the year, our target is $1 million. So I pray and let's pray, and also I request to all my donors to increase their pledges, so at least we can achieve our targets.
Inshallah, inshallah. So please, you got the message. Is please, if you have already pledged, try to increase your pledge. When you pledge, it doesn't mean that you have to pay right away. You can pay in installments. You can make a payment in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, on monthly basis, weekly basis, whatever fits your financial situation. But do increase your pledge. Once you have pledged, then you'll be able to fulfill it and be able, and with the prayers, you'll be able to fulfill that pledge. If you don't pledge, then there is no commitment you're looking forward to. So please try to increase your pledge. We're going to take a very short break, and we'll be back after this break.
Thank you.
हर एक पल ले जाए सबका अज़्म है इसका हर पल खिदमत humanity first humanity first humanity first humanity first दुनिया में आफत जब आए इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए हर एक पल ले जाए सबका अज़्म है इसका हर पल खिदमत humanity first humanity first humanity first humanity first दुनिया में आफत जब आए इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए हर एक पल ले जाए सबका अव्वल खिदमत humanity first humanity first humanity first humanity first.
Destructed homes, empty schools, and abandoned hospitals. It's not our story, but it is the story of millions of people around the world. Regardless of any religion, race, and creed, we at Humanity First always hope for a better world. From quick disaster response to supply of
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. Every time we take a break, we have new faces in the studio. So I want to introduce as many volunteers, as many supporters of Humanity First to you as possible. The reason is because many of our volunteers work behind the scenes and they dedicate enormous amount of time and energy, and they sacrifice lots of time from their families to help out with Humanity First. Currently I'm joined with Nasrullah Joy Sahib and Kareem Aziz Sahib, and you've already met Mia Saleem Sahib. By the grace of Allah, all three gentlemen that you see here with me work in our finance department. And in one way or the other, they all have to do with money.
Yes.
Without money, none of the projects are possible.
Yes.
Of course, our projects are carried out with with prayers as well, with the guidance of Hazur Anwar as well, but it requires funds. And as Hazur mentioned in one of his speeches, that the amount of work that Humanity First does with the funds available is 10 times more than the other organizations do with the funds they have available. And they have lots of funds available to them. Nasrullah Sahab, you are our key finance player. You know the ins and outs of our finance department. You do the auditing as well, and you're involved in quite a few things. Tell our viewers, what exactly is your role in Humanity First?
See, my role is I am the internal auditor. So I want to make sure that our finance system and our transactions and financial activities issue those receipts at the end of the year. And all those receipts have the donor's name, address, and the amount of the donations. And yes, we issue them, and we have to keep all the records of all the receipts.
Do we issue a receipt for even $1?
Yes, we issue the receipts. In our system, there is no concept of any donation. Number one, any donation without receipt. And number two, we do not issue any receipt for the in-kind donations. Let's suppose if we are spending our $1,000 of the time, we will not get any donation receipts. If somebody donates us a car, no, we will not issue him a receipt. That is an in-kind donation. If somebody give us a painting or something, we will not issue
them a donation receipt.
We only issue the donation receipts
when we receive the funds.
When we receive the monetary funds, that is the cash.
Right. Jazakallah Sahib, Kareem Sahib. Welcome, Salam. Tell us your role in Humanity First. You recently joined our Humanity First team.
I'm very new to Humanity First, but I've learnt a lot. The amount of work the other people do, I am only 1% of that. At this time, I'm trying to make sure that all the books are in order, all the receipts are kept in order, all the banks are reconciled, all the entries which come into the system, they are reported on time. And we have a very good system of meeting every month, and the financial systems are presented to the chairman and the board. That's what my primary duties are, to ensure that all the financial systems are working, all the donations which are coming in are properly recorded, reconciled, and presented in a sound manner. And then at the end of the year, as we are working together to work for the financial statements of Humanity First, which I think is one of the few charities in Canada which are being audited by a third party, a certified financial consultant, a CPA, and he will certify our accounts as we speak today. So that's my primary duties. Apart from that, I do everything. Even if I have to collect $10 from somebody who's want to donate, I would do that. But that's my duty.
Well, that's the beauty of Humanity First volunteers.
Yes,
That irregardless of which areas we are regularly assigned at, for example, my area is media, press, and marketing. But Nasrullah Saab does finance, and you do finance. He does fundraising. By the end of the day, when there's an event, when there's a need, we all get together. Behind the camera is Asad Sahib, who's professional photographer, but today he's manning the camera and he's waving at everyone with a beautiful smile. Similarly, behind the controls, we have different expertise, different background people here as well. So let's take a short break, and we're going to continue this talk about finances, because I want to invite another member of our team, a senior member of our team, who many of you may recognize by his voice. So maybe you have heard his voice. We'll present his face today to you. So let's take a short break. Let's look at this small video. We'll be back shortly.
Humanity First Canada has built a school in a remote village in Niger, where 200 students are studying. We've also rebuilt or renovated another 4 schools and distributed school supplies in various African communities, from which hundreds of students are benefiting. In Canada, Humanity First offers scholarships and financial aid to deserving students, and has student clubs established at 5 universities in Canada, through which students assist with fundraising and volunteer for local humanitarian programs.
दुनिया में आफत जब आए इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए दुनिया में आफत जब आए इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए हर एक पर ले जाएं सबका अज़्म है इसका हर पल खिदमत ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट मजहब रंगत कौम से बाला इसका माटो सिर्फ उजाला मजहब रंगत कौम से बाला इसका माटो सिर्फ उजाला चलती फिरती एक किरामत अज़्म है इसका हर पल खिदमत ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट दुनिया में आफत जब आए इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए दुनिया में आफत जब आए इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए हर एक पर ले जाएं सबका अज़्म है इसका हर पल खिदमत ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट मजहब रंगत कौम से बाला इसका माटो सिर्फ उजाला मजहब रंगत कौम से बाला, इसका माटो सिर्फ उजाला। चलती फिरती एक किरामत, अज़्म है इसका हर पल खिदमत। ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट, ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट।
وفرت لي المدرسة كتير شغلات، من ضمنها إنه هون ما حسنت أدرس بمدارس عامة، حسنت هون أدرس هلا أقدم توجيهي علمي. يعني الحمد لله عم أطمح لأنه لقدام آخذ منحة، إنه آخذ يعني مجموعة إن شاء الله فوق ال 95.
بدرس صيدلة بجامعة الزيتونة، اجيت على الأردن قبل سنة ونص، وبحب أشكر الجمعيات الخيرية اللي ساهمت في إنه نقدر نكمل تعليمنا الجامعي، وبخص بالذكر جمعية هيومانيتي فيرست لأنها قدمت لنا منح طلابية وخلتنا نقدر نكمل حلمنا بالدراسة الجامعية.
منظمة الهيومانيتي فيرست تكفلوا في أطفال أيتام ومحتاجين في رسالة تعليم. بارك الله فيهم وإحنا معاهم، والله يقويهم للهيومانيتي فيرست وعلى خطى الحبيب مثل ما بنحكي عليه الصلاة والسلام. إن شاء الله إنه نقدم الرسالة تبعتهم وإحنا معهم.
दुनिया में आफत जब आए, इसकी टीमें दौड़ी जाए, हर एक पर ले जाए सबका अज़्म है इसका हर पल खिदमत। ह्यूमैनिटी फर्स्ट, humanity first, humanity.
Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. Once again, I'd like to remind our viewers, please keep calling us at 416-440-0346. If you're not able to process the payment right away, please do go on to our website at www.humanityfirst.ca and you'll see a few options. One of the options is to pledge, which you can fulfill over a period of time. You don't have to make the payment today. If you fill out that form, we'll get the information and we'll be in touch with you after you have submitted the form. Currently, we have a caller on air, and I believe it is Khalil Mubashir Sahib, who's the missionary in charge of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Canada. Assalamu alaikum, Khalil Sahib.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. First, I thank people that first. I pray to Allah that Allah may have blessings in their effort, and I want to thank all my others and participators in first. I want to remind them one of the saying of the Holy Founder of Islam, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Once a goat was slaughtered at a tomb, so the Prophet started to send the meat to the needy and to the poor. When she finished the work, she came to Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam left. She said, everything is delivered, only just small leg is left. Holy Prophet said that is left. That is all we have given to poor and needy.
and what is left at home, that is not saved. So whatever we give to needy, poor, for the sake of our Creator, our God, that is gift. We should try to help the humanity first to save our money for the hereafter. In other hadith, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that on the day of judgment, when people will be bringing before God, God asks someone that, oh, son of Adam, I was hungry, you did not help me. The person will ask, you are God Almighty, you are created everything, not need of, have created the food for the human. So God will tell him that such person was hungry and you did not help him. And in other, again, to Allah will ask the other people that I was thirsty, you did not give me the water. The person will say that you are created this universe and you created water. So you are having water. So Allah will say that such person was hungry or such area was without water, you did not give them. If you would have given it, you should have me and have given me the water. So this is humanity first, is the best donor agency that we should pay, that may we help those people who are hungry, who are without the native food, who are need for water. We can provide water by donating our money for those people, that we will be not asked question on the day of judgment by Allah, that we will help and give us thirsty. So with this, I request all those who are listening or participating, please try your best to pay towards humanity. Every time
you can be rest assured that none of the money is going to be wasted.